Hey,
You know,
so let's change speed a little bit. Nate, give us you want to dunk house 3 times, right?
Yep.
There's not
he
many
the only
people.
one, right?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't
Now,
know who
what's the name? Just he won it 3 times in a row. Is
Matt
McClung.
McClung.
yeah, McClung.
Yeah,
See, but go ahead and
he
take us
turned that
back
shit
to
out
that.
last year.
Like at your size, I mean, the only other dunker at your size was probably like Spud
Spud
Webb that really gave a thing to the crowd. Kind of talk about that and beating Dwight Howard and going up there in your green outfit against Superman and Kryptonite. How was that playing?
Being creative, man. It was
Kryptonite.
yeah, it was cool because like the first year when I won it, my rookie year, 06, Jamal was like, bro, he called me, he was like, bro, I got the perfect idea. And I was like, what is it, Mal? He said, you gotta come to the house. I gotta tell you, I ain't doing it over the phone. I said, bro, the feds listening to this, bro. I'm like, go over his house, you know what I'm saying? I'm chilling with Wall. He was like, bro, you can jump over Spud Webb. And I was like, bro, who got his number? Let's call him. So we get his number and I call him and I ask him, I want him to be a part of the dunk contest, like, passing the torch. It's been 20 years since you did the dunk contest. And it's like passing the torch to me and let me, see if I can hold it down for the little guys. And Spike was like, sure. Spud was like, sure. I got you. I was like, cool. So that's the plan. So he was like, can you jump over me? I was like, yeah, I jump over my teammates all the time. Like Eddie Curry and Jared Jeffries. I used to dunk over them in practice.
Damn.
So I was like, yeah, so Spud was like 5'7", 5'6", like a little shorter than me. So when he asked me, I was like, bro, is he serious? Or is this like I had to really ask myself, like, hold on, bro, is this guy really serious? So when he came to Houston and I was practicing, I told him to stand right there, and I just ran and jumped over him and dunked it regular, like without the lob. But I told him, I said, I want you to throw the lob, so we can like do this together. So it's like you passing the torch. So I tried to implement that, and he was like, all right, cool. So we practiced it once. He threw the perfect lob. I dunked it. I said, that's how we're gonna do it. But I'm gonna bring you out the crowd. I'm gonna give you your jersey. I want you to wear it, and then we're gonna do that. And then like I said, we're gonna get a 50 with this. He was like, bro, I know it. This is gonna be dope. So that's how I brought him out at the end of the dunk at the dunk contest, my last dunk, and I had him come up, and everybody was going to stay. The crowd got up, and millions of people at home watching. And then as a kid, for me, watching Jordan and watching Vince Carter and Jason Richardson and all the guys, Tracy McGrady, all these greats that did the dunk contest, I was like, I want to be a part of that. I want to be one of those guys that when they talk about the dunk contest, they're gonna bring up Jordan, they're gonna bring up all these guys, and I'm gonna be right there. You know what I'm saying? So, just for history, just for my kids to be able to go back and, and their kids to be able to say, yeah, my grandpa was the first 3-time slam dunk champion, and it was me. So it was pretty cool. That's where I got the energy, and that's where I got, the swag from. It was just wanting to be a part like the guys, man. And, by doing all these dunks, I knew I was like, man, I gotta bring some flair to it. That's why I asked Dwight if I can jump over him. He was like, yeah. I said, well, we're gonna make history. It's not about like me beating you. This is about people seeing two guys going at it, and like just like Superman and Kryptonite, like just battling. It's like being an Avenger or something. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're literally heroes to these kids and giving them hope that they can be able to do this one day. And now you see guys like McClung that's in the dunk contest. I guarantee you he was watching it when he was a kid, watching us do it, and him wanting to be just like that. So you're just passing the torch, man, and paying it forward.
Hey, I was at that dunk contest when you he came. I was at in Phoenix.
Yeah, it was lit.
Yeah. When he came, that shit was when he came.
Yeah,
I
was there too. I was there too. Yeah,
he came out the phone booth.
Yeah, he came out the phone booth, and it just made the whole thing just it worked.
Shit was cold.
Yeah, we worked together. When he said yes, I was like, bro, thank you, bro. I really appreciate it. But we're gonna make history. We're gonna be talking about it forever.
I'll never forget that.
Before when you won it the year before, and now me jumping over you. It was just poetry in motion.
I'll never forget that shit. Like that's the one. Like out of that whole dunk contest, that's the one thing lit. I remember watching. Like, and this nigga came out the phone booth. Oh, he about to let him jump over him, and he got the green ball. And he got all the green on. Yeah, he was lit. Yeah, that shit was dope.
They came up with the idea with the Kryptonite because I told him I was like, I wore the blue jersey, I wore the white jersey, like. It's time to wear the green. You know what I'm saying? The Kryptonite, when they created the ball, the sleeve.
Who, the NBA did?
No, the Nike.
Okay.
Nike came out with it. And then when they had the shoes, they had different colored shoes when they showed me, like, it was like, yeah, we want you to wear these. And they were orange. And they had the blue ones, they had orange ones. But they didn't show me the green ones until the day before. And I was like, when they showed me the green ones, I was like, oh, I said, oh yeah, these are gonna go crazy.
These is the ones I gotta go, huh?
It was so fire. I was like, yeah, this is it right here. So the day before I went to practice in them, in the shoes, and I was like, oh yeah, these are gonna work. So I told him, I said, yeah, put those up, and we're gonna bring them out. You know, I changed my shoes when I did the dunk contest, put the sleeve on, had the ball. And it was a whole little deal, man. It was pretty cool.
You still got the shoes?
Got the shoes, got the ball, got everything.
You got to keep that.
Yeah, it's for my team.
That's a part of history. You got to keep that.
It's pretty cool, man. Yeah. They made this dope ass like chest. It has like little crystals on it, like from the kryptonite. It has little green crystals on it.
And
it lights up. So like illuminated. It looks dope. So when I turn on my
piece, a chest set,
you can see them. It look
dope. Oh, that's nice. Back then, you guys were so committed to entertaining the crowd. That's what makes that part of history.
You had to do it.
Now it's different. You know what I'm saying? But Mac McClung, talk about him. What are your thoughts about him?
So creative, bro. Like he got real bounce, and he's being super creative with it. Like he's doing dunks that people never even thought about. Like, how are you getting this more creative every time you do the dunks? It's crazy.
Right.
Even like guys like Vince Carter didn't even think about doing some of the dunks. He did them easily, just like that too.
Yeah.
That Matt's only like 6 feet, barely pushing 6 feet, and doing it makes it look even crazier. And then on top of that, he's a white guy. So white guys now. We can't say white guys can't jump no more.
I was gonna say white man can jump.
He got real bounce. So it's pretty cool that he's changing the game. For people that look like him. It's like you can have bounce too. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just the guys that look like us. Like you can have bounce to work. Like you see his work ethic. He did that. You know what I'm saying? To be like, I did it 3 times in a row. That's pretty fire.
I thought he turned that shit out, lad. I thought he turned it out. He turned it out.
I'm like, bro, he turned it out. More creative. I was like, I don't know what he's gonna do if they make him do it again. Like, what more dunks?
Right.
And what's so crazy about it is I coached him with USA Basketball, and Mac got game.
Yeah,
Mac got game, but for whatever reason, it hasn't.
Weird, bro. It's weird.
Yeah,
it's weird. Yeah. If I was him, I wouldn't do the dunk contest. I was like, no, I ain't doing it. Let me play the game and show you that I can really play. Because that's what I want them to make me seem like I'm only a dunker.
Yeah,
right.
Why I was like, I just don't want you guys to be like, oh, that's all I do. No, because I really hoop. I really do this.
Yeah,
like, I really work my game. I watch film. I come in. I just play the game for what it is. Like I like to hoop.
Yeah.
And I just wanted them to understand, like, respect that part. Like, yeah, I can dunk and shit, but I want y'all to know I can play. I can be a point guard. I can pass. I can score that thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to respect my game and what I put into it. So that's how I was. I ain't doing it no more. Not until y'all let me play game for real.
Nate, before we leave, bro, you talked about the late great Kobe in that Boston series.
Yeah.
But we love asking our different guests, man, what Kobe story do you have that's funny, that's special, but just give the people one of your Kobe stories.
Well, I got 2. One, when he came to the Garden and he gave us 61. I've never seen a person so focused. He didn't even talk to his teammates, bro. Came to when he jumped ball, he dapped everybody up. He dapped, but he kept it so. I've never seen so much focus before. Like, and I was on the bench, like watching. I got the best seat in the house. I'm just like, yeah, y'all about to. I'm teasing my guy Wilson Chandler. I'm like, shout out to Will, but I was like, Will, he about to bust your ass. Good luck. He ain't talking to nobody. Me. I'm the hype man on the bench. I'm always talking shit and having fun with it. I said, bro, you gotta look at it like this. I said, Will, you gotta look at it like this. At least you're gonna be in all the highlights. I'm like, yeah, that's Wilson Chandler right there, guarding Kobe. Yeah. Everybody, like the whole team got a piece of that, but it was just watching him be focused and some of the things he was doing. Like, it's funny because he looked like Michael Jordan, just with a different jersey. The fadeaway, the way he walked, chewed gum, like he looked just like Michael Jordan, bro.
Exactly.
Split image, and everything he did, how he ran, and how he just wanted to just kill whoever's in front of him. I'm like, bro, that's MJ right there, bro. That's the aura that he got from MJ. He's the closest thing we're gonna see to him.
Yeah,
carbon copy.
Like that was like, for me, I was like, damn, that's how I want to be one day. I want to be that focused and that much of a killer where nothing else matters. I just want to destroy people. Like that's what the aura I got, the energy that he had. And then after that game, he took pictures with my kids, bro. Like he waited after the game. My kids waited, took pictures with him. He was always dope in that sense, and always showing love. But the other story I got was we played him in the at Staples Center, and I was with the Knicks at the time, and I had a good game. I had like 33, but we were going back and forth, and I had like 20. I almost had like 17 or something in the first half. And Kobe was mad at Jordan Farmar because he couldn't and Fish because they couldn't guard me. So he was like, "I guard this little motherfucker." And I was like, and then look, so I'm dribbling. I said, "Ooh wee, I got Bean on me." I said, "Oh yeah," and I put up a shot and hit it. And then he was like, "All right." He came back down and he got a bucket. It was like we was going bucket for bucket like the whole game. And then at the end of the game, he made a bucket to end the game, and they won. And he slapped me on the ass. It was like, "That's how you do it, young fella." I was like, and after that, he was like, he always showed me love, and he was just like, "Man, like, Nate, you a dog." He always, talked to me after the game and showed me love. He was like, "Man, just keep doing what you're doing, bro. That's it."
That's dope.
Representing for the little guys. So I always had a
That's
thing
dope.
for Kobe, and I always respected him. You know what I'm saying? I always, it was Jordan, and it was him, and then it was AI. You know what I'm saying? Those were my guys that I looked up to, and I really respected their game, and I just wanted to be like them, and to be able to share that moment with a guy that was just like Michael Jordan, saying that floor with, one of the greatest players of all time, man. It was a blessing.